The next basic massage technique that we will take apart is called kneading. Kneading is a capture of muscles with the lifting, squeezing, stretching, rubbing, with all the manipulation. The speed of the kneading technique is approximately 30-40 movements per minute. Although the speed of execution will also depend on the type of massage. This must be borne in mind. Kneading techniques improve blood and lymph circulation in muscles and other tissues, improve metabolism, reduce fatigue, improve muscle function, and can reduce or increase the excitability of the cerebral cortex. Kneading helps to stretch shortened muscles, ligament, tendons, aponeurosis. The most important feature of kneading is that kneading is passive gymnastic for the muscles. Science when performing the kneading technique is muscles. The same biomechanical process occur as during training. All techniques can be divided into primary and secondary. In this case, the auxiliary are also divided into intermittent and continuous. Let's start with the basic reception. The first basic technique is longitudinal kneading. Longitudinal kneading is performed usually on the limbs. The masser's hands are set on both sides of the limbs and the thumbs are placed on the arm. Longitudinal kneading is as follows. In this case, the hands can move in any direction. The next main technique is transverse. Cross kneading can be carried out as a rule on the limbs as well as on the lateral surface of the body. To do this, the hands are set in such a way as if moving towards each other. The kneading of the patient's tissue, of course, occur with the capture of muscles. The next technique is a semicircular kneading. It can remind of spiral rubbing, but at the same time the fingers are already moving to the thumb, forming such a fold. Let's move on to additional mitigation methods. The first auxiliary relaxation method is felting. This is the only kneading method that promotes muscle relaxation. It's performed this way, usually on the limbs. The masser's hands are set on both sides of the limb and such movements occur. A very good technique that helps to relax tense muscles. The next technique that we will look at is called offset, or also called a roller. The fingers of both hands form such a fold. This fold moves first in one direction and then in the opposite direction, and the fingers cross each other. This technique can be performed both along and across the massage area. The next technique that we will look at today is called rolling. Rolling can be done in different ways, always with two hands. One hand is fixed on the surface of the body and slowly, smoothly moves in one direction, and the second makes spiral movements. The next technique is a forceps finger kneading. The forceps finger kneading is performed in small areas on small muscles with a easily clasped by forceps. Now let's move on to intermittent kneading. The first intermittent method is called plucking. In general, based on the name, it is clear that it will be necessary to pinch the patient. This is done as follows. Reception can be quite painful. It all depends on how you perform it. Sometimes the reception is carried out on the face. The following technique is called squeezed compression. This technique is very similar to tingling, but at the same time, when tingling, you do little twisting of the captured part of the skin. The next method, which is often used, is called pressure. It can be applied in different ways depending on which area it is carried out. Let's look at how perform this along the spine. You can perform it with his finger and several fingers at once. The next technique is destination extension. This technique is carried out in different parts of the body. The purpose of the techniques is to stretch the contracted muscles. Let's look at how it looks on the example of the back. You need to place two palms and begin to slowly pull in different directions. Along with felting, this technique can also relax, stretch the contracted muscles. We have sorted out all the basic and accelerated kneading techniques and can go to the next video.